Hello, Year 9, a different location today. I'm at school. I've got to wear my badge, but I'm recording the video, so it's a bit later today. I do apologize about that. Okay, let's get straight to it. So great work last week on the jobs. Honestly, some of the bits of research you did were fantastic, looking at all the different areas. I love the explanations as to why people got paid. There was some excellent research that went into detail, looking at how long people needed to study before doing those jobs, how much the courses cost before doing those jobs, to look at that investment. I thought that was really good work, so well done. Today we're going to learn about tax. Now, we're going to go what tax is. You may have heard about it. We're not talking about taxis, we're talking about taxes. So yeah, let's get into it. So task number 1, I want you to ask an adult or someone over the age of 18 at home to list all the different taxes that they pay. That's task number 1. See how many they can come up with. And I want to know if you're surprised or not. Okay, that's task number 1. I don't want to go into any more detail. But what is tax? Well, tax is the government's revenue. This is how the government gets money. Boris Johnson sits there and says, well, I need money to pay for all these bills and do these things. We're going to tax it. And so there's all different sorts of taxes out there, but that's where the government gets their revenue. They then decide to spend that on ways that should help the country. And we're going to look in a moment at what they get spent on. But we've got this nice little diagram here from the BBC from 2018. So it's a couple of years out of date. But I think it proves the point. If we look over on the blue side here, we've got income tax, which is £185 billion. So that's every person in the UK, when they earned money, they paid tax on that. Every time you earn money, you pay a bit of tax. And the government got 185 billion from that. The next one there is VAT, value added tax. And this is whenever you buy a product, a certain amount of that money goes to the government. So if you buy an Xbox, a bit of that money goes to the government. You buy a chocolate biscuit, a bit of that money goes to the government. Interesting, biscuits without chocolate, you don't get VAT on. There are some items in which they say, do you know what, we're not going to tax people any more money on this. Children's clothes, fresh food, some things are VAT free because they kind of want you to encourage you buying it. Children's clothes doesn't have any VAT on it because they're children. Adults' clothes do. And there's a famous case between Jaffa Cakes and the government, where the government said, you need to pay us your VAT bill because you're a chocolate biscuit. And Jaffa Cake said, no, we're a cake, mate. It's in the name, Jaffa Cake. Anyway, went to court, big deal, but McVitie's won. Jaffa Cakes don't pay VAT bills. Anyway, there's a lot there. The next one is national insurance. This is similar to income tax. You pay it when you're earning. We've then got corporation tax, which businesses pay, and then other bits down there. So the majority of this money is coming to the government from income tax and VAT. This is from people, and you're going to learn a bit about that in a moment. But where do they spend the money? Because they get all that money in, where do they spend it? So the most here, 252 billion on the green side, is spent on social protection. That's pensions and benefits and such. So a lot of people drawing their pensions out. That's quite a lot to spend on. They then spend 155 billion on healthcare, the NHS. We then get education, 102 billion pounds spent on me. I wish. There's then defence, public order and safety, transport, social services, housing. So there's lots of things that the government spends their money on to try and make things better for us. So that's kind of like a potted vision of what happens to this money. It comes into the government from tax, and then they spend it on things that should improve our society. And so your second task here is I want you to research what is income tax, what is it, who pays it. And same for VAT, what is it, who pays it. Now VAT is quite an interesting one because that has changed over time. So if you want to extend your task here, when you're looking at VAT, find out what it was and what it is now. Since I learned, it's changed what the rate is, but it's remained stable for a few years now. But that might be interesting to have a look at. So that's task number 2. Research income tax and VAT. What are they and who pays it? And the next thing I want you to do, it's a bit of an extension task here, you've done all that and you find it quite interesting, is I want you to choose your favourite film star or footballer. This could be, I can't even think of any footballers, I'm not really into football. Let's say Brad Pitt, what he got paid in his last film. Let's imagine he's from the UK, and I want you to calculate how much money he would pay with income tax, or that he should pay. So I've got a link here takes you to a tax calculator. If you click that, it should load up, and we can down here type in how much money it is, what year, how old, and then calculate how much income tax is being paid. And that's how much money is going to go to the government because of it. So tax doesn't have to be taxing. Essentially, what we want to make sure is you understand what is income tax and what is VAT. If you want to look into the case study for Jaffa Cakes, please do. It's quite funny. All right. Well done, everyone. I look forward to your work. Have a great week.